with Singapore or the WHO to come to this event in the full knowledge that today is the questions or comments may open up a general discussion and call on people on the floor to intervene and to remind people what the rules are of everyone.
These global threats and challenges. First among them is global terrorism, weapons of mass destruction. Whatever America's differences with France, Germany, Russia, and other nations over Iraq, we must move on as challenges and threats but opportunities. The world will continue to rely on Asia's leadership.
Good morning. As I said to the conference, I'm very happy to be back at the second Shangri-La.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
We are working with Japan and Korea, our Northeast Asian allies, and with China and Russia, the other two key countries in Northeast Asia, to develop a common approach to North Korea that can persuade that country that the course it's going down is really a blind alley, that investing in nuclear weapons the way they are, devoting by some estimates more than half of their pathetic GNP to building military forces that they can't afford and don't need, is not the way to help them survive. The way to survive, in fact, I think, is to follow something like the Chinese model of 20 years ago. And there are a variety of ways in which we can try to persuade the North Koreans that that's the right course to go on. But first of all, we've got to have a common agreement among the major powers of the region that that is, in fact, where we're heading. And I think we've made some progress in that regard. But we face challenges now, particularly challenges in the security area. And as I tried to explain this morning, those challenges are not conventional peacekeeping, if that we can use that word, of the kind we've experienced in Bosnia or Kosovo, for example. It's more like a low-level urban guerrilla war. As the commander of the coalition ground forces, Lieutenant General David McKiernan, said recently, and I quote, "The war has not ended. Decisive combat operations against military formations have ended, but the contacts we're having right now are in a combat zone, and it is war. And dealing with that will require a considerable effort, but there's no question at the end of the day who is going to win."